Hi guys, this is Mrs. Cerami with 4.9. In the past, we have talked about how to graph quadratic equations and to graph inequalities. So we're going to combine those two concepts today. Hopefully it'll be a smooth transition for you. First step is you want to graph the quadratic equation. Let me get the pen. Quadratic equation. So we are going to find the vertex first. And the vertex, the x-coordinate is negative b over 2a. So we're going to have negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. So again, as a review, in standard form, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. We do not have a c or c equals 0 right here. B is 2 and a is 1. The y-coordinate of the vertex is you're going to substitute x back in. So again, this is a review. So you're going to take your x squared plus 2x, substitute negative 1 back in, and we'll get negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1, 1 minus 2, which is negative 1. So my vertex is going to be negative 1, negative 1, so we're going to plot that. Next up for me is I find the y-intercept. So we talked about in standard form, the y-intercept, you could substitute 0 in for x and solve it, or we could just say the y-intercept is just c. Again, only in standard form. Well, c is 0 in this case, so the y-intercept is going to be 0, 0. X is always 0 for a y-intercept. So 0, 0. And then we know this is our axis of symmetry. Whatever's on one side of the vertex is on the other. So we plot negative 2 down. And we want to sketch the parabola, but we can't sketch a solid line because it's only less than. It does not include, it's not equal to. So we're going to sketch this, but use a dotted line. If it was less than or equal to, we would have a solid line. Step number 2 is you want to find out where to use shade. So you're going to pick a point not on the parabola. So we can pick any point. Let's pick 1, 1. That's not on the parabola. So we're going to pick 1, 1 for a test. And we're going to put it back into the original. So write the original down. Y is less than x squared plus 2x. And substitute 1 in. You get 1 plus 2 is 1 less than 3. Yeah, it's a true statement. So again, 1, 1 is outside right here. So we're going to shade outside. So I'm actually going to use my highlighter here. Ooh. My menu has a little bit of lag today. Let's see if I pull this up. All right, so I'll just shade with this pen. I'm not sure why the highlighter's not working. So we'll just shade outside. Okay, so again, do not shade inside the parabola. And then this represents the solution set for the entire quadratic inequality. Okay, so it's everything up until the dotted line right here. And we're going to do that again here. We're going to find the vertex first. So the x-coordinate is negative b over 2a, which is negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. The y-coordinate is going to be negative 2 squared, which is 4, minus 8 plus 5. Again, how did I get that? I substituted negative 2 into the original. So we're going to get negative 4 plus 5, which is 1. So my vertex is negative 2, 1. So we're going to plot that, negative 2, 1. And then I'm going to find the y-intercept, which is just my c. So it's going to be 0, 5. So again, my y-intercept is always 0, c. It's always 0 because you're on the y-axis, so you're not going left or right on the x at all. So again, this part to review, we did this already in class, and we saw that this was the axis of symmetry. So we go over 2 from the vertex to the right, and we go over 2 from the vertex to the left. And again, because it's just greater than, not greater than, or equal to, we're going to use a dotted line. And again, it's not going to be as neat as yours in your notebook because mine's on the computer. And now we're going to test on here. So my test 0, 0 is not on the parabola, so we're going to substitute into the original. So we're going to have 0 is greater than or equal to 5, and that's false. So we're going to shade in this time everything inside. Now I knew the computer would be a little bit messier than what I would like. So on the next slide, you can see the solution a little bit better. Okay, so both solutions are right here. We're going to do 2 more examples, and this is exactly what your homework is going to look like tonight. So the next 2 examples, again, it's in standard form. So we're going to find our vertex. And again, you could pause this anytime to try it on your own before you do one for a grade. Negative b over 2a, which is going to be negative 4 over negative 4, which is 1. Substitute 1 in for the y-coordinate, and we're going to get negative 2 times 1, don't forget your order of op, plus 4 minus 5. You square first here. So we're going to have negative 2 plus 4 minus 5, and we get negative 3. So we have 1, negative 3. And then my y-intercept again is going to be my c. So it's 0, negative 5. And again, this is my axis of symmetry. So whatever's on one side of the vertex will be on the other. So now go on the other side. Now here it's greater than or equal to. It's an equal to now. So now we're going to have a solid line because it includes it. But we still have to do our test. So our test right here. Okay, the highlighter's working now. Cool. So the test, I'll just test 0, 0 again. So I'll test 0, 0. And you're going to substitute that into the original. So 0 is greater than negative 2 times 0 plus 4 times 0 minus 5. So we're going to get 0 is greater than or equal to negative 5. And that's true. It is. So 0, 0 is right here. So that's outside the parabola. So now what we're going to do is I am going to use the highlighter and I'm going to shade outside. Much better. I like using a highlighter both in class, as we talked about when we were in class, and outside of class. It's just so much neater than just using a pencil. Of course, I'll accept it on your notes with the pencil, but it's just so much neater. Okay, so that's the solution set for that. Let's do another one. Ooh, I just have to get to the pen. Okay, so this guy here, again, you can pause this anytime. We're going to have for the vertex, the x-coordinate is going to be negative b over 2a, which is 4 over 4, which is 1. The y-coordinate, you're going to substitute it in, so we're left with 2 minus 4, which is negative 2. So my vertex is 1, negative 2. First thing I do is plot this, 1, negative 2. Second step, I find my y-intercept. We know my x-coordinate is always 0, and my y is going to be the c. There is no c there, so it's 0, 0. And again, create symmetry. This is the axis of symmetry, so go to the right. It includes, there's a greater than or equal to, it includes it, so it's going to be a solid line. And again, this is a rough sketch. And now we need to see if we shade inside or outside. So the test. And again, this is what I expect to see on your notes. You can't use 0, 0 because it's on the graph, so you can pick any other point, maybe 1, 0. So again, this is my x-coordinate and that's my y. So when you take the original equation here, and I'll write it out, y is greater than or equal to 2x squared minus 4x. So 0 is greater than or equal to 2 minus 4, 0 greater than or equal to negative 2. That is a true statement. So again, we use 1, 0 as a test, which is right here. So we are going to use a highlighter and shade inside. So I know that your homework's multiple choice, but I can only give you credit on homework if I see this work. If I can't do this work without, then I expect that you guys can't do it. I don't want you just putting your calculator. I need to see the work because when we come back, you will be tested on this with no calculator. So it is important that you show me the vertex, the y-intercept, and the test, and then you'll get full credit on the homework. Okay. Tomorrow, we're going to do systems of inequalities, so we're doing more than one. So it's really important that you ask any questions and you understand what to do with one before we go on to 2 together. You can either message me before 4 or post your questions underneath your work as well. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye.